Greetings all! Today we will be examining the rare water poison type Pokemon Qwilfish, the Balloon Pokémon. While they might not have the pure offense needed to be a serious threat in advanced battles, Qwilfish are still fierce creatures that can readily turn anything foolish enough to underestimate them in battle into a pincushion.
Qwilfish have spherical bodies with a greenish-beige underside and bluish-green upperside on their form, with small pinprick black eyes and a fairly noticeable mouth with fleshy pink lips. Their flat tail fin has a two-dotted blue and beige color pattern to it, and their main body is covered in a series of sharp spines that could be launched as part of a direct attack against others. Qwilfish exist as a type of pufferfish and share many of the same characteristics seen in non-Pokemon relatives in terms of body shape and physical abilities. Qwilfish are moderately armored and derive most of their physical and special resistance from the semi-thick, elastic layer of skin and scales that cover their bodies like a rubber suit. Most of the time, these beasts possess an almost perfectly round body shape and are no more dangerous than a prickly beach ball. When threatened, however, these creatures will quickly inflate their bodies to nearly 3 to 4 times their normal size in order to both attempt to reach the size of their opponent and intimidate them, and to use their most devastating weapon, the venomous spines covering their bodies. These spines are believed to have developed from regular scales originally and contain a potent neurotoxin that can quickly incapacitate and cause fainting in anything they manage to hit. By rapidly inflating their bodies to the maximum size by ingesting 2.6 gallons of water in one go, and then expelling the water out of their scales, Qwilfish can send these toxic spines flying through the air rapidly as lethal projectiles at speeds fast enough to puncture most hides and some types of weak armor. These spines are generally only meant as a defensive tactic, but Qwilfish have equally learned how to use them in battle to employ deadly moves like toxic spikes and poison jab, making them a potential threat to weaker Pokemon.
This same power is what can allow these creatures to have access to Poison Point as a base ability, while their strong tail fins can also give them Swift Swim as another possible base ability, and their capacity to grow suddenly and without warning to scare others can grant them access to Intimidate as a hidden ability. It is also what can make them a popular dish if served correctly, though the strength of their toxins makes this a difficult task to achieve, and something only expert chefs that have had decades of experience can ever properly attempt.
Despite their imposing forms, Qwilfish are actually at a severe disadvantage in the water because, unlike most other pufferfish, they are unable to deflate their bodies to the point where they are fluidly dynamic. As such, their permanently round bodies make Qwilfish exceptionally poor swimmers. This is not to say that they do not have immense swimming capabilities though, as their powerful single tail is strong enough to be used in potent awkward tail attacks. In practice though, their poor body shape makes it very difficult for these creatures to swim in strong currents, and overall, makes it very difficult for them to outrun most other Pokemon despite their otherwise moderately high base speed stat. Qwilfish can be made to perform better in the water however, by teaching them moves like Surf via TR, and can actually be made into decent fighters in the water. Overall though, Qwilfish are actually better suited for surprise attacks against land creatures and can offer struggling water-type specialists the opportunity to attack from both the land and the water, as these fish can stay on land for at least a few minutes at a time without having to desperately return to the water once again. As far as their stats go though, it is obvious that these fish still underperform in most areas, but as already highlighted, they do have some decent physical defenses to them and can hit decently hard with some noteworthy agility. As such, these creatures have above average base attack and speed stats for a fully evolved water and poison type Pokemon, and an above average base defense stat for a fully evolved poison type Pokemon, giving them at least some use in battle even if everything else is below average.
Though they certainly might not be among the most powerful Pokemon of their type out there, Qwilfish are interesting creatures that can offer trainers a unique mix of offensive and defensive moves that other water types are otherwise incapable of providing. Their poor swimming ability might be something difficult to overcome in many situations, but as long as you can stick with training them and don't back down, these strange animals can be made into pretty decent fighters.
Just do yourself a favor and try not to get too comfortable with them in the water. Even if you happen to find a friendly one, it certainly doesn't mean that a single prick won't send you into the ER the minute you get a bit too close for their comfort. Thank you all for watching this video. It is always an honor to be able to speak with you all on the subject of Pokemon in a way that brings me great joy and happiness in my work. If you would like to keep tabs on past and future work, click that subscribe button, check out my work on DeviantArt, and don't be shy about following me on Twitter, where you can find pertinent announcements on upcoming work before it is officially posted. Links to both can be found in the video description. If you would like to support my work and help Miguel and I continue to produce more content for you and improve upon our presentation, please visit us at my Patreon page, which you can also find a link to in the video description.
Yeah, no.
With that, I thank you for watching and I wish you well.